What's up, Instagram Live and Facebook Live? We've got Instagram and Facebook going. We are checking in today. Happy Saturday. Joining my little dance party here, and we're going to finish up our live from yesterday. We dove into the 3 macronutrients yesterday: protein, fats, and carbs, right? So today we're going to talk about why these are so freaking important. Why we need to be tracking these macros and caring about them versus just tracking our calories, right? And essentially, this is just weight loss versus fat loss. What is the difference? Why does it matter? Why do we want to achieve one and not the other? And I talk about this a lot in all of my trainings, all of my lives. But, sometimes we just need to hear it in a different way. So that's what I'm here to do. So let me know down below, did you guys catch the live from yesterday? Or did you watch the replay on the macros? Was it informative? Was it helpful? Hopeful. I hope so. I hope it was for you guys. But let's get started in this one, all right? You guys are ready to roll? Hey, y'all. Thanks for hopping on. So good to see you. All right, let's get going. So calories versus macros. I hear this a lot. Calories are king. It's everywhere. You read it in all the books. You see it in all the magazines. Calories are king. I'm actually going to say queen here because, we're ladies. We're all sisters here. Calories are queen, right? Okay, well, that's not my belief. Macros are queen. I will fight you on this, okay? Macros matter. And in my opinion, macros are the best possible way to achieve your fat loss goals, okay? But you can 1,000 million trillion bazillion % lose weight by just tracking calories and slashing those calories. Eating less, right? Eat less, do more. If you just eat a little bit fewer calories every single day, you might lose some weight. And that's great, but we don't just want to lose weight here. We want to lose a specific type of weight. We want to lose body fat, okay? Weight loss is not the same as fat loss. Okay, weight loss just means chasing a number on the scale. You get on the scale every single day and you want to see that number go down. You want to see that digit get smaller, and you don't care how that happens. You don't care how you achieve that or what that weight that you're losing and that's going away, what does that consist of? What is it? What are you actually losing? You don't care. You just want to reach that 5-pound mark, that 10-pound mark, or that 120 or 130 pounds that you've been chasing for so long. That's all that matters to you, right? So what is that weight that you're losing? You're slashing calories, you're doing more cardio. Sure, you might be losing some body fat. Great. But you're probably also losing some muscle tissue, okay? Water retention, water weight, right? That's a big one. It happens pretty quickly. You know what else might just be going down on the scale when you step on it every morning is the weight of the food in your belly, because that stuff's pretty darn heavy. But we never think about that. I'm eating less now. I'm slashing my calories. I'm on a diet. I'm on an extreme diet. Maybe I'm going through a cleanse. Maybe like a detox. There's no more food in your stomach, okay? And after 24 hours, you step on the scale and you're like, I've reached my goal. Hell no, you haven't. All right? Bone density. If this is something that you're doing long-term, over and over and over, chronically, just extreme dieting over time, you're going to start to lose some bone density if you're not careful and you don't care about your macros. Okay? So you're losing all of these really important things. But all you are focused on is that number on the scale, okay? Fat loss is actually the exact opposite. Fat loss is preserving your muscle tissue at all costs, okay? And I actually did a live training on why we need to do that and prioritize that weeks and weeks ago, right? And we talked about the Minnesota Diet Study and what that research showed us and taught us. and what those subjects went through. Okay? We want to preserve what muscle tissue we have, if not build even more, because that's going to increase our metabolism, right? And then we don't have to work so hard. And then we just want to lose body fat. If we see the weight on the scale go down, we want that from body fat and nothing else. Preserve muscle tissue, prioritize losing fat, not weight, okay? If you guys are here watching this, if you guys follow me, you know what I do, you know how I coach, you know what my clients achieve. Like, you're probably looking to change your body. You're probably looking to change your physique. You care about your aesthetic. You've got this image of what you want to look like in your mind. You want to build your dream bod, right? Who's here for that? I'm here for that, okay? So if you're not interested in talking about aesthetics, changing your body, if that's not up your alley, if that's, I don't know, triggering or upsetting for you, this is not the live for you, because we're about to go down that rabbit hole, okay? Building your body, a specific body, your dream body that's in your mind that you're trying to achieve, you've been chasing. You can't build from just taking away. You can't build from nothing, right? You can't build a house from taking away the bricks. You actually have to bring in more bricks, bring in more wood, right? You can't build from nothing, okay? And a specific aesthetic, specific goals, even outside of aesthetics, if you've got a health goal or a performance goal, specific goals require specific macros and specific nutrition, okay? Super important here. All right, here's one for you. This term called skinny fat. Who's heard of it? I feel like we all have. It's out there. All right, we've all thought about it. Is that me? I don't know. I don't want it to be. All right, so what does that mean? And how does that happen? How do we avoid it? Okay. One might perceive, it's a negative body composition, basically. One might perceive a negative body composition that happens from chronically over dieting, chronically extreme dieting, chronically slashing calories, and overuse of cardio, overtraining, too much high intensity, right? Maybe your body is shrinking and that's what you want to see, but you're also shrinking your muscle tissue, okay? You're getting rid of your muscle by doing so, by going to these extremes and doing this all in the wrong way and just prioritizing calories over macros. You will lose muscle tissue. Just a fact, okay? So we're losing muscle tissue even though we're losing weight, our clothes are fitting better, our body's getting smaller, great. But then at the end of that diet, however long you're on it or can last on it, you rebound or put any weight back on, body fat is going to take place of that muscle that you just lost. You're not going to be putting on and replacing that muscle. You're going to be putting on more body fat, probably even more than you have before. So then one might perceive that you've just declined in your body composition, right? And that's what that term is referring to, okay? Declining your body composition. Basically just becoming a smaller version of yourself, but not aesthetically looking any different, okay? And that's how that happens. Slashing calories, extreme dieting, chronically dieting over and over and over and over again. And then replacing that muscle tissue that you've lost with more body fat than before. So you're now just in a worse off position, right? So that's what that means. So let's move on from that, because I don't really enjoy talking about that, but it's there. It's a fact. That's what's happening, okay? Maybe someone out there can come up with a better term for it. I don't know. But again, specific physique, a specific aesthetic requires specific macros, okay? That's just muy importante. And the fact of the matter is, like, muscle just takes up less space than body fat. It's heavier. She thick. She dense, y'all. But it takes up less space. So through this process, if you're building muscle tissue, which is the goal, to up that metabolism, right? The scale might not move at all, and you might even see it go up. And if you're just focusing on that number on the scale, that's when you freak out. That's when you throw in the towel. That's when you run the other direction and say, this is not working. I'm not achieving my goal. I'm not moving forward. I'm actually moving backwards. When in fact, that's not the case at all. Right? So if all we're doing is focusing on the scale and that's our only measurement of progress, you're holding yourself back. Like, you're making this harder on yourself, and you might eventually end up not getting anywhere because you just can't stay in the game. You can't be consistent long enough because you're so obsessed about the scale. Okay? This is all like just basically body recompositioning. Changing your physique, changing the shape of your body, building it a certain way, how you want it to look. Bodybuilding, really. We're not professional bodybuilders, but we're still bodybuilding, right? Body recomposition, changing your physique with or without a drop in the scale. Like I just said, it might just stay the same or it might even increase. And a lot of my clients see that and experience that. But because we don't only focus on the number on the scale, we take things like measurements every single week, photos. We keep track of their energy, their hunger. We keep track of their mood, their workouts, their performance, their sleep. All of these things come into play and will tell us if we're moving forward or not. Sometimes, some of my clients, we don't even use the scale at all. I tell them to go put it in their trunk. Because if I tell you to put it in the closet, you're probably going to pull it out. Let's just be honest. But if you go keep it out in the trunk, probably not. It's a little bit harder to get to, right? So body recompositioning, it's just this like, it's like toned, getting toned. Everybody says they want to, what's your goal? I want to get toned. That's what that means, right? You want to tone your body. You want muscle tone, but you want muscle, but you want to be lean enough to see that muscle. Well, that requires having it and not destroying it, right? Not losing it. We've got to preserve what we've got, if not build even more. That would be the goal. Because who doesn't want some more muscle tone here? The more muscle you have on your body, the higher your metabolism will be naturally at rest. And that's where that skinny fat comes from. That's why that happens, because as you're losing muscle tissue, your metabolism begins to decline, right? So then when you do rebound, or when you do finish that diet, or when you do go back to normal life, or even if it's just like a temporary weekend or week off, maybe you go on vacation or you go to a wedding or whatever, your body, your metabolism is in a worse off place. So then the food that you are consuming, your body's not able to process it the same way it used to be before that happened, right? So there's that, you guys. Hopefully that opens your eyes a little bit to this whole tracking macro thing. Why I love it so much, why it's so important, why we need to prioritize that when it comes to our nutrition goals, okay? So that's all I got for you. Happy Saturday. Thanks for tuning in. Hope this was helpful and informative. I'll see you guys on our live training next week. Talk to you then.